Hello, I'm Fiona O'Neill. I'm the author of Making Millions, How Ordinary Teens Can Transform into High Earners, and how you can too. What if there were more ways of kickstarting your career than you previously considered? What if a job that didn't exist 5 years ago could be your route to earning a living and becoming financially independent? What if you could spot opportunities in the market and respond by setting up an e-shop or by finding an apprenticeship using an app? And if you're a parent of a teenager, as I am, what if you could familiarize yourself enough with the job market to advise your kids about what jobs are available? What are the skills that are hot right now? And what are the most likely prospects for work post pandemic? Making Millions is aimed at teenagers and graduates keen to start making a living right away and who want to know more about the scope for earning than they learned in career guidance. Because the job market has changed so much, many young people leave education without a clear idea of the types of work available, the earning opportunities, or how to connect to the right people or stand out in the crowd. So, how can this book help? There are 12 chapters in the book, each one dedicated to a different way of making a living. There's practical advice and suggestions about becoming proficient in that job so you can begin to earn as soon as possible. In the chapter on e-commerce, you'll find advice about how to set up an e-shop, deciding on products to sell, sourcing and delivery options, and more. In the chapter on the gig economy, you'll get an insider view of freelancing, which work for hire platforms to use, and find tips to manage fluctuations in your income by looking at the peaks and demands for your skill throughout the year. The chapter on entrepreneurship asks, how can we help and encourage young teenage entrepreneurs to realize their businesses? And two successful entrepreneurs offer direct advice to teens and graduates starting out. The chapter on careers in the 2020s examines the shape of modern careers and highlights jobs that are most in demand, as well as the whole concept of career switching. The fact that we have a half a dozen up to a dozen jobs in a lifetime means we are constantly switching careers. The fact of having multiple careers takes pressure off young people who may be fearful about taking that first step into their first job and wondering, is this the right job? Is this the right time? Should I wait another year? My advice is to grab every opportunity and go for it. It's not your lifetime job, it's just your first job. And the transformation into earning takes a little bit of time. So the sooner you start, the sooner you'll have a payout. Throughout the book, you'll see accounts of dynamic young people doing their thing, like Sammy, who recently completed an apprenticeship at Google and is busy climbing the corporate ladder. Or Alana, who not only founded a successful company in her teens, but also went on to win The Apprentice UK. And Taylor and Lachlan, who started an e-business during lockdown to sell arts and crafts. From bloggers to podcasters, social media managers to inventors, there are lots of young business people earning a living very successfully and paving the way for others to follow. You'll learn about passive income, buying and managing social media channels for a living, using apps to find jobs, and many more ways of earning, from teaching English online to unboxing computer gadgets. Some of these latter ways of earning don't look like career jobs on the surface, but having a YouTube channel or an Instagram account with engaged followers or having a part-time job that you love shows something called business intellect. And this has been a passport to bigger things for many teens. The kids who are acing job interviews and apprenticeship assessments and setting up their own companies are passionate about their hobbies, from cakes to Formula One cars. And the more you can showcase your passion or the fact that you're on a mission, it will help your career. Job prospects is an important topic, and there are challenges in light of the pandemic. But on the plus side, there's never been such access to a wide range of jobs, and internet business is thriving. Engagement is up 70%. We know this because we're all buying in the online market. And in fact, many companies are reporting that they've earned more during the pandemic than at any time prior to that. As online businesses close, as offline businesses close, they are being replaced by online businesses, which is good for our teens. So what will your teen get from this book? They'll learn to be entrepreneurial in looking for work. The book will prime them to read the market, to spot job opportunities. They'll find out what skill sets are needed for different roles and suggestions to upskill so they can start earning as soon as possible. They'll discover which apps to use to find work and how to connect to the right people. For us as parents, it will help us to challenge our teenagers' assumptions about work, broaden our own understanding about earning in the 2020s, and help us to inspire our kids with targeted articles and stories about young people starting businesses, winning coveted apprenticeships, earning money from having done a Google certificate, or multi-jobbing from home. With the internet has come more possibilities than ever to have a high profile, high earning job if you have the right roadmap. The old linear progression from school to university to careers is gone. I think the key is not to look for the perfect job. The key is to get the ball rolling, get experience as an entrepreneur, an apprentice, working from home as a tutor, or from an office sending tweets and engaging with followers. Whether you're making money as a lawyer or a vlogger, the point is to start earning, actually get a feel for earning. And in doing this, you'll start to develop professional working skills, you'll start to network, and your career will take on a life of its own. A little bit about me. In addition to being a mom, I'm a business psychologist and coach with 2 decades experience in personal development and assessment in the UK and internationally, working with major companies from HSBC to Nokia to Dell Corporation. I've been the interviewer and the assessor and the person making decisions about who gets what job. But my mission now is to use that experience to teach young people to grab hold of opportunities to kickstart careers and get a foothold into making a living and becoming financially independent. I hope you'll join me in this mission. Enjoy the book, available on Amazon in April. And once you buy the book, I'm inviting you to join me in a Next Generation Careers webinar. Click the link below to order the book on Amazon and email us a copy of the receipt at fiona@cosmicus.com to get access to the bonuses. Enjoy and reach out. I'd love to hear more about where you're at in your career. Just don't hold yourself back. And continue to check in at www.cosmicus.com for further updates about building your career in the 2020s. Thank you for listening.